Hello, so my name's Lynn Rosier. I've been coming to the practice now for I think since April 2018, when I came along first and foremost for a workshop on hypothyroidism or thyroid problems, because I have sort of a borderline hypothyroidism, and obviously found out at that time that Dan is an osteopath. So I think when I came to see Dan, I suppose I was just thinking, well, I've just got back pain, I've got chronic back pain, and that's what you have to live with if you've got scoliosis. Well, I think I was diagnosed at about the age of 11 or 12, for anybody who's sort of interested, it's a C-shaped curve that you have in your back, which doesn't really cause problems when you're in your teens and early 20s, but gradually becomes a problem as you get older. And I suppose into my 30s, 40s, I was going to see chiropractors sort of every month, and but nothing was lasting. And as you get older, unfortunately, things do tend to get worse. I also had at that time, bulging discs, which had been picked up by an MRI scan, because I knew I'd done something by falling over to my lower back on the right hand side. And when I spoke to the doctor over the phone, which wasn't the greatest, to get the results of this, he said, "Oh, your results are grim." That's what he actually said to me. And I just said, well, it did knock me. It knocked me hugely. And I remember going to see a friend that evening and just said, I've got scoliosis and I think I'm going to end up. My mum had to have the operation where they put rods in her back, and that really hasn't been a success for her. She's now in a wheelchair. So I really want to avoid that at all costs. And my friend Nina said, well, I've got scoliosis. I've had the same problems, and basically started thinking, well, hopefully there is a way of making myself better. And through Dan's help, through the help of doing Pilates and yoga with Sarah Graham, and I don't take any painkillers. And amazingly, for the first time in my life, I've actually started running. And I never thought in a million years that running would ever be possible with the back issue that I have. And it really made such a difference to my back, to my posture, to the way I hold myself. So I just think that, when you really think that all hope is gone and that you're just on a downward path, then don't think like that. You have to find the right person, the right people to support you, and don't just think I'm going down the medical route of taking painkillers, because they don't help ultimately. You've got to know how your back feels, you've got to know what exercises to do, and I think that's a very poor reflection on when you go and see practitioners. They will treat you there and then in the minute, but I think a lot of the time they just want you to come back month after month, and so they don't tell you what to do in the meantime. Whereas Dan has been very, very good at giving me, the exercises. And you just have to find the help that's out there and believe that help will be good for you. Because I don't think mine isn't a major curve. It's quite it's not a minor curve either. So it's just about yes, managing, but being disciplined and doing the exercises and doing the things that will help, and listening to the people who know what they're talking about. So that's my story, and I'm so very grateful to Dan and everything. So thank you very much.